Hello everyone, I'm Gogi from Gogi.in and you're watching this review of OnePlus X. Now this handset is using the same hardware that we've seen on the OnePlus One smartphone. In fact, the X is slightly cheaper when compared with the OnePlus One. This is a dual SIM handset with 4G LTE support and it houses the Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor running Android Lollipop with 3GB RAM and 16GB of internal storage space. When compared with the OnePlus One, the X is using a 5-inch screen with Full HD resolution. Here is the box pack. The SAR values are clearly mentioned on the box, and inside the box you will find the OnePlus X nicely packed and it looks awesome. Here is the handset, and inside the box you will also find the SIM tray ejector pin, silicone case for added protection, quick start guide, user guide, nicely packed data cable, and the final content is the travel charger. This is 5V 2A. Here is the OnePlus X that sports a 5-inch AMOLED screen supporting 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution. This is the best looking handset that OnePlus has launched so far. Build quality and the finishing is very good. This handset is using a metal frame and there is a factory fitted screen guard, as you can see. The screen is almost black and it's curved on the sides. The screen is scratch resistant to some extent. The factory fitted film, it doesn't cover up the whole screen, especially the curved part. The unique thing about the X is that it is also using a glass layer on the back side, as you can see, and it's also curved around the sides. The 2.5D curved glass on the front as well as on the back gives a very premium feel to the handset, but it also makes it a bit slippery. Thankfully, the metal rim sides give a very good grip. The glass part is slippery. The dedicated notification button is placed on the left side. 3.5mm audio jack and the secondary mic is on the top. Power button, volume rocker, and the SIM tray is on the right side. There is primary mic, single speaker, and micro USB port at the bottom. On the rear, there is the OnePlus logo and 13MP autofocus camera with LED flash. Move the notification button all the way on the top for no notifications, midway for priority notifications, and all the way down for all notifications. The silicone case gives added protection to the handset and also helps get a good grip. However, the handset looks much more prettier without this case. This is a dual SIM handset. SIM 1 is a nano SIM slot and SIM 2 is a hybrid slot. You can either use a nano SIM or a micro SD card. You can use two nano SIMs in SIM 1 and SIM 2, or a nano SIM in SIM 1 and a micro SD card in SIM slot 2. Weight with battery is 140 grams and the handset is 7.14mm thick. It is running Oxygen OS based on Android Lollipop. Color reproduction is excellent. The dedicated navigation buttons do not light up. There is video calling option in call settings, but the native video calling button is missing. Viewing angles are pretty good. You can clearly see the fonts and the icons from almost all angles. 4G is working. I'm using the Airtel 2300 band and it's working on both the SIM slots. If you want, you can disable the hardware buttons and enable the on-screen navigation buttons, and this is how the on-screen navigation buttons look. I'm going to switch back to the dedicated button. You can also swap the buttons, that is, you can switch the recent and back buttons. Off-screen gestures are supported. For example, you can double tap to wake up the screen or draw O to open the camera, and so on. You can also enable proximity wake. This will automatically switch on the screen for a few seconds without pressing the power button. Of the 16GB internal storage space, you'll get around 11GB free space, and of the 3GB RAM, you'll get around 1.9GB free on the first boot. There is LED notification and you can change the color, and this is how it looks. Hindi language along with some other Indian regional languages are supported. It's running Oxygen OS 2.1.2. Once you connect the OTG pen drive, you will not be able to access it, but you'll need to enable that feature. Go to the storage and scroll down, and there you'll find the OTG storage option. Enable that. And once done, you will be able to access the contents of this OTG pen drive. So OTG works, but you will need to enable that feature. Let's move on to the camera. Here is the camera interface. You can use autofocus or tap to focus, and you can also control the exposure. Here are the different options available. You can shoot time-lapse, slow motion videos, photo, normal videos and panorama. Rear camera can shoot in 12.4 megapixel resolution in 4:3 aspect ratio, and front camera is 7.6 MP resolution. The handset can shoot Full HD videos. Here are some of the images that I shot using this handset. For sample images and videos, do visit my website. The link is mentioned in the description section below. OnePlus X is using the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 MSM 8974 Pro AA 2.3 GHz quad-core processor with Adreno 330 GPU. It's running Android Lollipop 5.1.1. And here are the sensors: accelerometer, magnetic, gyro, proximity, light and Hall sensors. Before running the benchmark applications, let's have a look at the battery temperature. It is at 35 degrees. Quadrant benchmark score is 22989. Antutu score 32-bit for the first time was 39893. Battery temperature is at 39 degrees. Second time the Antutu score was 39849. Battery temperature has increased slightly to 40 degrees. Nina Mark II is at 58.6 FPS and this handset supports 10-point multi-touch. After 11 minutes, battery dropped by 5% and the temperature is 39 degrees. Let's play the Asphalt 8. This game got installed on the internal storage. It is set to the high visual quality mode by default. This one at the bottom is the speaker out vent. Make sure you are not blocking it while playing the game. The Snapdragon 801 is a well-known and a quite powerful chipset. It can play many high-end games with ease at high resolution. This game is playable and pretty smooth, no issues at all. I played this game for about 24 minutes. The handset did get a bit hot. Battery temperature is at 41 degrees and battery dropped by 4%. The hardware is powerful, though it can record 1080p videos. It can play 4K videos. The OnePlus X is a beautiful looking handset that is using the outdated but powerful Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor. There is a good 3GB RAM and 16GB of internal storage space. Performance is very smooth. The handset does tend to heat up, but that's pretty much normal for the 801 chipset. The maximum battery temperature I encountered was around 42 degrees. Camera quality is above average. The 2525 mAh built-in battery gives up to 4 hours of continuous moderate to heavy usage, and with mixed usage the handset will easily last for up to a day. OnePlus X is a bit pricey but definitely a very good buy for Rs 16,999. The fire-baked ceramic version is even more costlier.